Welcome to Wdaily. Today we have a great show in store for you. We have a fitness competitor, a national and global fitness expert. She does personal training. She competes professionally. She trains in a gym. She is a CEO of her own gym, and she does nutrition counseling. I don't know what it is she doesn't do, but we're so excited to have her here, Miss Dorothy Tiller.
Likewise, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Well, first of all, how did you get started into fitness training?
Well, typically diabetes runs in my family, and my sister and mother both was great athletes, and then I watched them as they age. Life began to change, and I didn't want that to be me. I liked the first part of their careers when they were athletes, but then towards the end of getting a little bit older, or aging, I should say, diabetes, high blood pressure, all those things set in, and I didn't want to follow that pattern and then pass that on to my children. So I decided to break that trend and, go into the health and fitness thing so I can live longer and definitely much more healthier.
That is wonderful. So when you train at your gym, it's in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you do personal training? What do you do at your gym?
Personal training as well as group training, as well as coaching for competition. I'm a figure competitor myself, master figure. However, I don't compete masters, but I love the sport. So it's another way just to encourage other people to stay in health and fitness. It's just another tool to keep you motivated. Yeah.
So when people call you, what is their number one concern when they call and they say, help, I need someone to help me with, what is the main issue that they call about? With women.
Typically, they want to, lose weight, trim down, of course. Most women is focusing on abs and glutes because most men notice us waist down. So, and with men, they're mostly waist up.
I saw one of your training videos. You were using a skateboard. You have some amazing, interesting training methods. Describe that.
Well, I wanted to kind of be different and unique, as Tabitha, you would know that, it being a part of the fitness modeling industry or the modeling industry. We like to be unique, very different, and being different means that I want to be able to give something that people are not used to doing, but at the same time it's transforming lives. My whole slogan is healing the whole man, so I just kind of want to create things that will take them a little bit step above and creating those goals and a little bit faster, by challenging the body, at another level.
Wow.
I call it a new dimension.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of every year, a lot of people make resolutions. They want to lose weight. Do you get a lot of new clients that come in and...
Yeah, typically they do, and somehow they think, by the end of January, they'll be done. However, they get drafted in, of course. They become family. But typically, yeah, most people make those, those New Year resolutions around the first part of the year. And but I have a way of, encouraging people to sometimes, stick with it because, you didn't get that way overnight. So it takes a little bit of time to build, lean muscle tissue and transform your lives. It should become a healthy lifestyle, so to speak, not just a quick fix or just for a couple months. Yeah.
Now, you said you do competition. So how do you prepare for the competition?
It's mostly mental because the training part of it, is challenging, but it's fun. It's the diet, which I like to call, again, healthy eating habits. And if you think of it in that way, then you don't think of it as a diet because it shouldn't be eating clean and healthy shouldn't be something you do for a specific, time frame. It should be a lifestyle. So when you get into the habit of just making better choices, it makes it a little bit easier, but that's the most challenging part, I would say. Yeah, it's the diet.
Wow. So what would you say to someone that's sitting at home and they look at you and they're like, wow, I don't even know how to get started. What do I do to just even start getting healthy?
Well, I would say first you're gonna, be true to yourself. You're gonna tell yourself you're gonna commit, number one, because without that commitment, it's not gonna happen. It's mostly, mostly mental. I would get around people who are like-minded, who are going in the same direction. So you're around positive people that can definitely keep you motivated, and encourage you. But people who don't like fitness, not going to be so, motivational. So I would just say surround myself with friends who, who's on the same road, on the same path. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Wonderful. Now, as far as eating, a lot of people want to know what types of foods are best when you're trying to, say, build muscle or, become lean. Okay. What kind of things should people eat?
Well, let's just say typically for myself, I eat according to my goals. And if my goal is during the season, what we call off season, if I'm packing on lean muscles, of course, I'm going to eat a little bit more. I intake my protein a little bit higher. I tend to stay around the same frame amount of carbs that I intake. And again, that's based on individual goals. Some want to build mass, and then some just want to build more lean muscle tissue. And then, however, when I'm leaning out, of course, we're eating again, then according to that goal and what phase of training I'm in as far as the body itself. Because it's just like different people's body goes through different changes at different times. And so our transition is going to be different based on genetics, work ethics, workout ethics, and so, so to speak. So I kind of gear when I'm, preparing for clients in their competitions is based on all of those things as a whole, including their job, versus some people sit down at a desk all day, they're not burning as many calories as opposed to people like myself. I'm on my feet all day in addition to training. And then if we look at the training ethics, some people are staying close to 6 to 8 reps per set. Some are at 100 reps per set. So it varies based on, where you are in the fitness level as well. So. Yeah.
Wow, that is great. So what if you have someone that may have an injury, like a knee injury, or there's certain limitations that they have and they think they get overwhelmed, they don't know what they can do. What would you recommend as far as working out or anything?
Well, when I first started climbing, I don't use weights or machines. If you see on some of the videos, however, I look at where the strength and weakness are, and they tell me up front they have injuries. The first step is to try and rehabilitate those injuries to make them better overall. And then from there we work, we progress. And the way I do it, because we're having so much fun, they don't even realize they're getting better until they're better. So I kind of eliminate all the excuses for them. I do it for them. So if I keep their minds distracted, because fitness really is mental, and as long as I can keep them following me versus what the element is, we're on the right path. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, you have heard it here first. Fitness expert, national and global expert, Miss Dorothy Tiller. And we look forward to hearing about some of your nutrition products as well. We'll be right back. So tell me more about when people are trying to get into fitness training. I know sometimes products that they use are important. What kind of products would you recommend, and what do you have for us today?
Well, I have several different items here, which is, by the way, great items. I use them myself. We have the protein here, which is a muscle building protein, which is great for a lot of people don't like to eat, as many meals. You can use it in between meals, like after breakfast, generally after snack, as a snack, and as well as after your lunch, in between meals as a snack. It's great for building muscles. It kind of helps you as far as giving you the extra, sense of protein. Is it equivalent to eating like your chicken breast and your different protein source meals? It also helps. Like I said, put on a little bit more lean muscle tissue, whereas a lot of people, they work out and they, lift weights, but then they have a problem getting more of the definition or the definement of the muscle itself. So this kind of feeds the muscle and help them to grow. Second here, I like to talk about, we have superfoods. Superfoods are great. It's your berry and your fruit blend. Which is loaded with antioxidants, all of your great stuff that's very good for you health-wise. It has an anti-aging supplement in it as well, which is great, along with PPQ, which is brain food, which I love. I definitely use this, and this is one of my secrets to staying very useful looking.
And one thing I have to say, when I looked at her website and I saw her bio and I got stuck on the sentence, I am 50 years old, and I said, wait a minute. You're 50 years old. She has 50 years young, 4 children, 15 grandchildren, and you look fabulous. The products you're taking are really working.
I love it. These things are great. It's good for you. Not just when you get to be my age, but you just need these things in general, just overall, for protecting the muscles, the joints, after wear and tear on them from working out. When we train, we're tearing muscles down. This is just kind of another way to help repair them, restore them, to rebuild them and put them back in its proper place. So I love this. It's great for you. But this is my secret here. We have a energy booster. The energy boost is simply more like for those of you that just need a burst of energy. Where you need a little picker-upper. It also has a anti-aging in it as far as it helps you to burn a little bit more extra calories. It has appetite suppressant in it, so it helps suppresses all the sweet sugar cravings and all that, which is general good. You don't have to be a fitness expert or in the gym to use this product. Okay, it's good for everybody of all status. And then we have a pre-workout, which is also good. It's usually taken prior to working out to kind of get you that boost to help you to get the blood vessels opened up to allow the blood flow to the muscles so you can get a better pump and you overall have a better workout. Okay?
Now, do you take these with water, with juice? How would you recommend?
Yes, they're very good in flavor. We did key in on that to make sure that the flavor is good. There's no crash, there's no down, highs and lows. You kind of stay steady all day long. And the taste is very phenomenal. I mean, I've used several products over the years, not just because I'm a part of this, but that's why I'm a part of it, because it's one of the best products I've ever used to give me the look that I need, as a competitor. So I love it. I do. Yes.
Well, it's working, and thank you so much again for coming, and thank you for tuning in to Wdaily. Well, let's get started. So I know a lot of women, the main concern is their ab area. So what would you recommend to strengthen the ab area?
Well, I'm definitely a real stickler of more isolation training, which means targeting the area specifically that you're trying to work on. So we're going to do more like the sitting position here, take out the crunches and the sit-ups, and it's going to focus more on the areas of the abs that we're trying to work on in 3 dimensions at one time. You're also going to feel a little bit of your quads, which is good. It's good for toning and tightening of the quads as well.
Oh, wow.
All right, so what we're going to do is be more like in a C position. Not leaning too far back and try not to rock as much, which we're going to try.
I will try.
As much as we can, and then I'll show you a beginner's version as well.
Okay.
We know you're not a beginner though.
Right.
So we're going to kind of like, the legs are out straight from the floor. You're going to lift up, pull them down, and you're going to breathe out, straight back out, lift up, down, pull it in, straight back out, up, down, pull it in, straight back out. Take about 2 or 3 of these, and you'll start feeling that burn.
Yes.
The tightening of the abs.
I feel the burn. I feel it now.
Doing good. Breathe out. Good. Up, down. Breathe out. Doing good. Breathe out. Breathe out. 2 more times. Breathe out. 1 more time. Breathe out.
Wow.
Super good.
Okay. I do planks sometimes at home, but I do the same ones, just the straight planks. Are there any variations or?
Well, yeah, you can do, I mean, I've done them basically where you're on your elbow, but I also done where I'm in the actual push-up position. And let's just say when your body adapts to something, you want to intensify it a bit more. Yeah.
Right. So whenever you do a workout in the gym and you do this, it's not good to keep the same routine.
Exactly.
It's good to change it up.
Even if you're just changing the time that you do it. So you always want to put that body through that shock, kind of stage. So it doesn't plateau. Yeah.
Okay. So what's something else we can do?
Let's go over, like, say, for those of you say, well, that looks a little strange for me, a little bit too hard for me to do.
Right.
Then we have what I call more of a beginner's version.
Okay.
Or you can simply do 1 leg at a time. All right?
Okay.
And that's just simply straight out like this. And you take the leg up, bring it down, and pull it in back out. It's the same move, you're just going to switch over.
And you can still feel it.
Exactly.
Wow.
All right, and you pull in, breathe out. Same method, where you pull in and pull it back out.
Okay.
Right? The only difference in this, you got to do both sides. You still feel the quad.
Right.
And you can primarily feel one side of the core versus both at the same time. All right?
Okay.
So what is it?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I feel like I've been to the gym. All right. So I think those are really good tips and really good exercises to get beginners comfortable with doing ab work. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in today, Miss Dorothy Tiller. And stay tuned online. You'll see more tips and tricks. And thank you for tuning in to Wdaily.